There he is. How are things? Can you hear me okay?
There we go. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Loving the guitars in the background. How long you been playing for?
Oh my gosh. Let me move some of this stuff. It's all over the place.
I like that pink one there over your left shoulder.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I've been playing since I was 12.
Oh, very nice. What types of music are you into?
I'm now I like the Christian rock bands.
Oh,
But
yeah.
back in the day I was we got a recording contract. We were on tour with Cheap Trick and all these different.
No way. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
we were on tour with a lot of different bands.
Yeah. I dabbled a little bit back in high school. I was actually taking lessons from this gentleman named Pete Swan, and he was teaching the son of Alex Lifeson from Rush how to play. Because Lifeson would be on the road a lot, and he says, like, okay, you're my kid, but I'm touring. Like, I don't have a lot of time for this. So
This one, that's one of one because they only made one of these. The volume controls down more about a half an inch.
I see.
So I could mess with the Floyd a little bit more.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's
This
wild.
one is one of one because this guitar belonged to Steve Stevens of Billy Idol.
That's wild. I love his playing.
He played this in Moni Moni.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff.
So
I appreciate you taking time to do this interview. It means a lot to me. I've been following your posts regularly on Facebook. Sorry we didn't get a chance to hook up sooner. Life just gets crazy at times.
Let me get some water. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful. So are you going to be showing any visuals at all? Or how do you plan on doing this? I'm easy going either way.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
No worries. That we can do next week. I don't know. Depends on the question.
Okay, fair enough. Did you get a chance to go through that Word doc that I sent you on Facebook?
No.
Okay, fair enough. What basically I'm going to be talking about, I'll do a brief intro of you, ask a little bit about the company, what sets it apart from your competition. And then I love that post that you did on Facebook a while back as far as, just the whole approach to cancer and the 3 products that you recommend. Go into more depth with that. And sometimes one question leads to another. And for me, it's more of a conversational tone than anything else.
Then does this go visually on Facebook or what?
Well, I can keep it as a visual. So I have the podcast on a couple different sites. There's anchor.fm and there's Libsyn. So I think one of them actually allows the video as well.
You can put it on my timeline if you want.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be good.
Up to you.
Okay.
Bring you more business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll have both versions set up, both the audio and the video, share it with you, and then feel free to use it as you see fit too. Okay. Yep. And I'm ready whenever you are.
I am. Let's go.
Okay. Good stuff. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast of the Stavro Method, an holistic approach to optimal health and wellness. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Michael Wenniger of Essante Organics. Here's some info on Michael for those of you that don't know him. Wisconsin-born, Michael worked on his uncle's farm while attending UWM with an emphasis in sports fitness and kinesiology. In 2004, he patented and launched Power Pops and Kids Pops, and to date over 50 million have sold. In 2009, Michael launched Essante Organics, the first USA direct sales company to offer products made with certified toxic-free, organic, and wild-crafted ingredients globally. Michael, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule for today's podcast.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, Michael, I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit about Essante Organics and what makes it stand out from your competition, both say like retail competition and direct sales.
I think in both circumstances, the answer is exactly the same, because we didn't do it because we saw the marketability. We designed this company based on health issues, and we got into the alkalizing. We'll get into that a little bit, and then around 2010, basically, it's really, really simple. Every single product in the world, no matter what it is, can be made 100% chemical-free, 100% toxic-free, and with certified organic ingredients, and perform better than any other product that exists. So now you got to say, well, why don't companies do that?
I was about to ask that,
They're basically compromising quality for profits. Because I always give the example that why you don't see this in the marketplace as much is because, to use simple numbers, if a company made a body butter and they made $1 on it, and I said, I want to make a body butter, but I'm going to make it with all certified organic ingredients. I don't make $1. I make 25 cents.
Yeah.
That's it. So we designed we're the first company in the entire world that penetrated a category in a green economy. The world's going green, not me or anybody else. We got this way of life before it becomes a way of life. Little bubble in there. That's a $9 trillion bubble.
Wow, that's huge.
Commodities, things that people use every single day. Everybody takes a shower. They brush their teeth. They clean their clothes. They use underarm deodorant. I mean, things like that. Stuff. Having like a superstore, right? An organic superstore, basically. And we're the only company that did it. And if, based on all the analytics and forecasting that's ever been done, every company that ever was first to create a category that's never been created before has gone on to dominate over 84% of the global sales in that category.
That's huge. Well, there's a lot of risk of being the innovators that are out there. Because a lot of times people just say, I don't want to be the first. I want to jump on something that's proven already.
Right. Exactly.
So it takes a lot for you to do something like that. And I commend you and your team for actually showing that kind of initiative.
Right. And again, we did it because you, your kids, your grandkids, your family, your wife, your spouse, your significant, whatever, the bottom line, nobody should be putting on these chemicals, because now we know that is the root cause of all the things we're seeing with diseases and things.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, some of the stuff that I've been reading, they're saying if you put stuff on your skin, you should be able to eat it. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to be drinking my shampoo or eating my bar of soap or something like that, but if I ingest a little bit, I shouldn't be getting sick off of it. No. And the skin's the largest organ.
Right.
But
I can
people
open my eyes and put stuff on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Definitely. Well, one of the things I want to chat a little bit about, this very cool post you did on Facebook about a week or so ago. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Yeah. So, and before we get into it, we're not making any kind of medical claims, and our listeners and viewers are encouraged to speak to their primary healthcare practitioner for specific recommendations based on their individual needs. We're just sharing information more than anything, so we're not consulting or diagnosing. But as far as the post that you did on Facebook, just getting along the lines of cancer. So you're saying cancer is an acidic liquid environment where energy described as the dead and decaying organisms, bacteria, yeast, fungus, and mold thrive. Everyone diagnosed with cancer is overly acidic. Then you're saying homeostasis is an alkaline environment at a blood pH of 7.365, where energy is described as red blood cells that make every cell of the amazing human organism thrive. Energy doesn't die, it changes, and I found that to be very wild. See what else you had here. So wet energy is an environment of a blood pH of 7.365. It's ripe for homeostasis, red blood cells, and optimal health. When energy is an environment at a blood pH of 7.3 or slightly below, it's ripe for bacteria, yeast, fungus, mold, the dead and decaying organisms of the amazing human organism. And when energy is an environment at a blood pH of 6.94, and we're getting pretty low here, the human organism expires and ceases to exist as an energetic being. So most like you'll talk about 3 products in a protocol that you recommend as far as people dealing with cancer. Just wonder if you can you'll name the 3 products and we can go through a bit more details why you chose them over others, and just go to town and work your magic on that.
Yeah, it's really, to make it extremely simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the acidic or cancerous cell cannot survive in alkaline, nascent, rich, oxygenated environment. So what does that mean? It basically means that we have 3 components to our body, right? Got the blood, right?
Yeah.
So what do we know? The blood's pH is about 7.365, can only vary a little bit, but that's where oxygen flows through as well, right? So what do? We take greens, okay? We want to take organic, green, super greens, more or less, like the wheatgrass, the kale, the alfalfa, stuff like that. The things that are very extremely high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll mimics blood.
Yes.
The chemical makeup of that, right? So go all the way back to World War I. They ran out of blood to do transfusions to the soldiers. What they were doing was transfusing them with chlorophyll. True story.
Wow, that's a new one for me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, you take stuff that's really high in chlorophyll. Not, when there's 50 different things on a label, it's not good, because how much it becomes so little bit, right?
That's right.
But then you got to take something for the internal environment.
Yes.
Right? And that, I would tell you, is a product called Supreme pH, right? pH drops. What you do is you take them and you just put them in your water, like that, right?
Yeah.
And then it creates a oxygenated internal environment. Now, with that being said, the government allows at the most that you can only make a pH drop at 14. Okay, you can only go as high as 14 on a pH scale.
Okay.
So we are the only company, again, making that in these pH drops. Now, if you take a pH strip, you can see that comes with different colors. I mean, if you were close to it, and neutral is around 7.0 to 7.2, right? And during the day, you want to test yourself, your pH throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
First thing you want to do in the morning, don't put nothing in your mouth. Get up, urinate on one of these strips, and you want to be above 7.0. Okay.
Okay.
And you usually are with your urine. Ideally, myself, I like to be between 7.4 to 8.0. I like to be more on the alkaline side. Okay. And in the morning, you want to test your saliva. You just take this and you put it in your mouth.
Okay.
And it turns colors, and you test where you're at, right? Now, to show you the potency of this, of the pH drops, if I just touch it to this thing, it turns purple.
Wow. That's pretty powerful. Yeah. Because I do have some at home and started using it recently.
Right. Yeah. So you take the greens for the blood,
Mm-hmm.
the pH drops in everything you drink. It'll neutralize everything. See,
Yeah.
coffee's very acidic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're born alkaline when we're born,
Yeah.
but we're acidic by behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. So you got coffee drinkers.
Yeah.
Well, you can take enough of these drops to take your pH strip and neutralize that coffee, or the tea, or the juice, or the wine, or the alcohol. Doesn't matter. You can completely neutralize, and then add more to create, pH, right?
Yeah. Well, as far as adding to the water, so does anything have to be done to the water ahead of time as far as filtering systems or anything like that? Or we just talk like just regular tap water, you can pop it in there and you're good?
Any water you can pH.
Okay, beautiful. Well, I like hearing that.
Now you got greens for the blood.
Yeah.
pH drops for the internal environment.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to push all that toxicity out of the system.
Yeah.
That's key. And with that, I don't have it with me, but you take omega 3, 6, and 9s. And those omega oils have to be the right proportion. The 3s basically ignite the 6s. 6s make the 9s work. 9s come back around and creates a circular motion.
Okay.
And it pushes the toxicity out of your system via bowel movements.
Urine. Yeah, and maybe perspiration or something.
And perspiration. But you can't do just 2 of them.
Okay.
You can't do 1. You can't do just 2.
No.
All 3 need to be present to create perfect alkalinity.
Okay. And along those lines, Michael, the thing I'm a little confused about, because my understanding, and I could be mistaken, I thought that omega-6s were kind of pro-inflammatory, and that we tend to get a lot of those in our nutrition as it is, compared to the 3s and 9s. So if you can shed some...
Nutrition is very, the quality of nutrition isn't good anymore in our day.
No.
So, you want to get the most out of your nutrition. Now, that's really important because another product needs to come into the mix now. Because while you're eating, here's a true fact. By the time you're 35, by the time you're 30 years old, by the time you're 30 years old, you will lose 30 to 40% of all your digestive enzymes.
Wow, that's huge.
Okay? Right. And every 10 years you age, you will lose another 8 to 10% more of your digestive enzymes. That's why we see all these gut issues right now.
Yeah.
In our life. All the celiac and the Crohn's and the acid reflux and stuff not what basically is happening, people don't have enough enzymatic activity to break down their food.
Well, and I've noticed that with my own body, looking back to how I used to eat as a teenager, and whether I was eating, mom's home cooking or just going to the local fast food place, it sat well, and I had energy more than I knew what to do with. But now as I get older, just the slightest bit of junk and it sets me off. It's good in a way because it's immediate feedback, but at the same time, I'm hurting for a good couple of days.
Right. So, you need good enzymatic activity as well.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to take a good digestive enzyme. And how do you know what's good? Because people go, it's on the bottom. Simple. Take a whole food source like I do.
Yeah.
I'll do a demonstration and I'll cook up some oatmeal in a packet of oatmeal, equal part oatmeal and water. Cook it twice in a microwave. Stick it in the refrigerator for half an hour. Put a spoon in it so it gets nice and hard. You can't shake it out of the glass. The spoon won't come out. Take one of these enzymes, not both, not 2, just 1. Sprinkle it on there. Within 7 to 10 seconds, it turns it completely into liquid.
Wow, that's very fast.
Test your digestive enzymes. That's the key. Don't believe a bottle.
No.
Right.
I love that. That's amazing. And what about, say, probiotics? Because I think that your company is the only one on the market where when you start taking it, it actually, if you can go into a little bit more detail than I can, I think it actually starts increasing.
Right. So what it does is it's soil-based probiotics. That's what you want. And we have the only probiotic on the marketplace in the world that will actually not only put the good flora and the good gut, the probiotics in you, teaches your body how to grow it as well.
Interesting.
So you stay on the probiotic for about 3 months, and then you get off for a month, and then you go back on. You just cycle through
Okay. Is there a particular reason why you recommend coming off for a month?
them. Just because you want to have that rest and take a little break, because your body already knows what to do and how to produce itself.
Interesting. Okay. And like, if a person has, say, dairy issues, can they also use this probiotic? Because some, like,
Yep. This is
beautiful.
also, no, there's no dairy.
Okay, that's amazing. So in other words, like, there's probably, I guess, maybe the 5 products that you recommend with your protocol. So we're looking at, say, the greens,
Right.
the chlorophyll, your pH drops, omega-369, a great enzyme, and the probiotics. And a person, generally speaking, has their bases covered then.
Very much. They're all
Okay,
covered.
fantastic. So they don't necessarily have to, like, do everything about the kitchen sink. Because
Right.
there's so many companies out there. It's like, well, you need like 15, 20 different products. It's like, it's overwhelmed.
Less is more. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, beautiful. So as far as like your experience with this, would you say like it can help people with, say, any type of cancer, regardless of where it's located, and also the stage that they're at? And once again, we're not making medical claims or promises or anything, but would you show like that a person would be like get some positive benefits?
Absolutely, because again, it doesn't matter where the cancer is. It's all cancer. Bottom line is, cancer can't survive in an oxygenated environment. It can't. Impossible.
Yeah.
So you get that, you get yourself, get your pH way up there, and do the right things, and don't feed it. It's no different than having a common cold.
I love hearing that kind of perspective, just because some people, when they hear that C word, they're just traumatized by it. And sometimes that emotional reaction does more of a number on them than the actual cancer itself. Right. And I've heard of so many success stories out there where a person felt great, they got that diagnosis, and had such a negative outlook because of it, that they passed away because of the stress that they induced on themselves rather than the cancer being inside of them.
Right. I think a lot of it too is instilled by big pharma and the medical community, because a doctor there's no doctor that I know of that's out there curing anybody. All they're doing is managing symptoms.
Correct.
Because it's much more profitable to manage a symptom, right?
Well, exactly. If you keep coming back, like with varying degrees of sickness, you've got a lifelong patient or a customer.
Right. Right. So with that being said, if you do all the right things and just adjust your lifestyle a little bit, you just don't be afraid of that.
Beautiful. Well, and I enjoy what you're saying about as far as alkalizing the body. So is there anything wrong with being too alkaline? Because you're given the range. I understand.
Can a person be too alkaline? Well, you know what? That's like saying, can a whale jump into your yard? Probably. Yeah. I mean, there's that little bit of a chance.
Yeah.
But it's extremely hard for anybody to do. I have not seen anybody do it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Amazing. And say as far as dosages to take of each of the products that you're recommending. So how would a person kind of figure out their own protocol, since we are different? Is there an upper limit to each one? And how does a person know that they're taking too much of something?
No, I mean, there is, all the directions are on the products individually, but you can't take too many greens. You're not going to take too much of really anything, but with the enzymes and the probiotics, that you just kind of follow the protocol. But you can have as many greens as you want. One scoop of these greens is equivalent to 5.5 pounds of live raw green alkaline whole food vegetation.
That's huge, yeah.
Right. I mean, so if you do it 3 times a day, who's sitting around eating 17.5 pounds of vegetables?
Even if I want to, I just don't have the stomach for it, and I've got a huge appetite.
And nobody can. So
yeah.
You're getting it all right there.
Amazing. So, and would you recommend this protocol not just for somebody who has cancer, but just for general overall health?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's prevention before trying to get rid of something, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so absolutely.
So can you tell us a bit about, say, some of the other products that you've got in your company, and how they differ from some of the competition out there as well?
Well, I think we got everything but the kitchen sink. To be honest with you, I mean, the biggest thing in the world today is commodities. That sells more than anything in the world. What people use every single day. I don't have to convince people to take a shower; they take one. This is how we grow up, right?
Exactly.
The average person, if you're a female, by the time you leave the door in the morning to get to work, you got over 300 chemicals on your body.
That's huge, yeah.
Guys are about 90 to 150.
Yeah.
That again is ridiculous, right? I mean, but how would you like to be able to get up in the morning, do everything you do every single day, get home at night, put your head on a pillow, and know that you've never touched yourself with a synthetic, man-made, extremely toxic chemical, not linked to a little eye rash or a little eye infection or a skin rash, linked to major diseases.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's scary what's going on with some of these companies and the products they have out on the market. And what I'm loving about your approach, you're not saying for people to try something new. It's things that they're already purchasing already. Redirect their resources more than anything.
Right. You're redirecting your spending, right?
Yeah.
So you found the new store. You found the organic superstore.
Yeah.
And you can buy the stuff for whatever you're spending at the stores. You'll get the same stuff, sometimes cheaper.
Yeah.
And without the chemicals.
Exactly.
You can say to anybody that's alive, hey, look, on my left-hand side are all these products that contain all these different chemicals. You're using them every single solitary day.
That's right.
And, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Cause and effect. Something's going to happen sooner or later.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Toxic overload, and then your system starts to break down.
And don't think it's not, because ignorance has consequences, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
As much as using these products has consequences. Or on my right side, you can use all the same exact products without chemicals, and they're all certified organic.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
So what does well crafted mean? I've heard of the term, but I don't know exactly what it entails. I wonder if you can shed some light on that.
In my eyes, I'd rather use a wild crafted ingredient than an organic one. Why? Again, it's not touched with chemicals. It's not touched with it's toxic free. But a wild crafted ingredient, such as a goji berry, you go up to the south side of the Himalayan mountains where they were first found, and there's lots of them there.
Yeah.
What makes those really nice is that the roots are 150 to 200 feet deep. They've been growing for hundreds of years.
Exactly.
And you're getting that's even better nutrition. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So after the whole organic and certified organic way of life happens, and we may not see that, everybody will want a wild crafted ingredient.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely a wealth of information.
And the thing about wild crafting is when they harvest them, if they ever, and they're picking them, if they ever picked one and the stem came along with it, where the plant the actual plants might have just even gotten a little bit of damage to it. They have to take some seeds and plant it right where that happened, so it keeps the regeneration of the crop.
I love that approach. Yeah, rather than just take a chance where the crop doesn't exist anymore after a while.
Right.
That's amazing. Well, I'm just taking a look at our time here, and I understand how crazy your schedule is. So, do you have, say, any parting thoughts for our viewers and listeners?
I think education is key. Knowledge is power. And if you want to find out, I don't care what company it is in the world. I don't care if it's retail, if it's wholesale, if it's in the home-based business arena, doesn't matter where they are. If you want to know how much a company loves you and how honest they are, and the ethics and the character and the trust and the integrity and the sincerity, and especially the safety and the transparency of every company in the world. It's not with the pretty label on the front of any product.
No.
Turn it around and read the ingredients. Because every company in the world knows exactly what's in there and what they're allowing you and your loved ones to be putting on themselves. That's where you'll find all the substance of any company.
Beautiful. Great advice, sir. It's amazing.
If you want to find out what any company stands for, read the back of the label.
Most definitely, yeah. So, Michael, what's the best way for our viewers and listeners to find out more about all the great products that you and your company offer?
Well, they can call the company and tell them how they heard about it, and or they can go online and they heard about it from somebody, go to that person they heard about it from. They usually have a website, and they can become a wholesale customer. And what's nice, they're a customer, they get their membership for life, right?
That's amazing.
So there's no reoccurring fees and charges and stuff like that. We don't believe in that kind of.
No, I've dealt with some companies like that in the past, and it just like, you know, it's a huge fee to get on board with them, and there's certainly monthly commitments involved in this and that. It's like there's only so much I need of one particular product. It just they're just trying to gouge you.
We would much rather have you purchase a product that's going to help you in your life.
Yeah.
And they go charge you for something for air, that something that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, like a $200 admin fee or something like that. And it's just like
a renewal fee. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're already on board. What's there to renew? Just click a button like, do you want to be on board next year? Click yes or no, and you're done. Love it. Well, you're certainly a wealth of information. So I'd like to thank you once again for taking time to your extremely busy schedule to chat about the protocol, your fantastic products, what your company stands for. And I look forward to an interview in the near future again, if you're up for that.
Oh, I'm always up for it. Anytime you want me on, I'm here.
Fantastic, Michael. So in closing, I just want to make sure I'm closing properly the way I normally do. So that wraps up another episode of our podcast, The Stavro Method, an holistic approach to optimal health and wellness. Thanks again, Michael, and have yourself a good night.
Be blessed. Take care.